Recently, I came across a site that had been featured as Site of the Day by GSAP. It also picked up an awards feature last year, and once you start scrolling through it, it's easy to see why. The entire experience is designed with a lot of creativity, and what really caught my attention was this landing interaction. Right from the start, there's this character that responds directly to your scroll. As you move down the page, it gradually pushes and compresses the video, and after a certain point, that video settles into the corner. From there, the layout opens up and the character itself continues moving through the page, making room for the rest of the content. From what I could see, this is most likely built using sprite animations, basically a PNG image sequence mapped to scroll. But I started wondering if the same kind of interaction could be built using Lottie instead of sprites. So over the weekend, I put together a small scroll experiment that explores that idea. It uses a Lottie animation that advances frame by frame as you scroll, and then switches behavior as the new section starts to enter. Also, I'm not a designer by any means, so I'm just using a Lottie file from the free community resources here, but the setup itself is flexible. You can easily swap this out for your own animation and adapt the interaction however you like. In this video, I'll walk you through how this works step by step and how you can combine GSAP, Lotties, and ScrollTrigger to create scroll-driven interactions like this. If you find these kinds of rebels helpful, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll break it down file by file, starting with the HTML structure, then the CSS styling, and finally, the JavaScript logic that brings it all to life. Let's dive in. First, we need assets, a PNG image, and a free Lottie animation. Also, I mentioned the link of this Lottie animation in description below. HTML structure, index.html. First, let's look at our index.html. It's pretty minimal. Basic setup. We have our standard HTML5 boilerplate. Inside the head, we're linking our style.css file. The body elements. Inside the body, we start with a simple nav bar containing our logo link. Use a semantic nav tag here. Sections. Next, we have two main sections. A class of hero. This acts effectively as our initial spacer or landing area. A class of about. This contains our main headline. This section is crucial because we'll use it as a trigger for our animations later. The Lottie container. Below the sections, we have a div with the class Lottie container. This is separate from the scrolling sections because we want it fixed on the screen. Inside, we have a div with the class Lottie. This is where our animation character will live. And a div with the class Hero Image, containing our image. This image is what we will resize dynamically on scroll. Script import. Finally, we import our script.js at the bottom. Notice the type equals module attribute. This is important because we'll be importing libraries directly in our JavaScript file. CSS styling. Style.css. Now let's move to style.css to make it look good. Reset and variables. We start with a basic reset, 0 margin and padding, and box sizing border box. We also define some CSS variables in root for our color palette, light backgrounds, and dark text. Smooth scroll setup. We hide the default scroll bar with :webkit-scroll bar to keep things clean, since we're handling scroll behavior with JS. Layout and typography. For our section class, we set the height to 100 SVH, small viewport height, to ensure it fills the mobile screen properly. We use Flexbox to center our content, justify content center, align items center. Fixed Lottie container. Here's the key part. .Lottie container. We set its position to fixed with top 0 and left 0. This keeps our character and image stuck to the screen, while the rest of the content scrolls. We align the items to the bottom right using Flexbox. Justify end, align end. Responsiveness. At the bottom, we have a media query for screens under 1,000 pixels. We adjust the .Lottie size and reset the transform so it fits better on tablets and mobile devices. JavaScript logic, script.js. All right, here's where the magic happens, the script.js. Imports. We're using ES modules to import everything directly from CDNs, GSAP and ScrollTrigger for animations, Lennis for that smooth scroll effect, Lottie.web to render our JSON animation. Lennis setup. First, we initialize Lennis. We create a standardized setup where we hook Lennis into GSAP's ticker. This ensures our smooth scroll syncs perfectly with GSAP's animation frames. Scroll direction. We set up a simple listener to track scroll direction. We compare the current scroll value to last scroll Y. If it's greater, we're scrolling down. Otherwise, up. We'll use this variable later to rotate our character. Loading Lottie. We load our Lottie animation using Lottie.loadAnimation. We point it to ./groovy.json, set the renderer to SVG, and, crucially, set autoplay to false because we want the scroll to control the playback. Image resize animation. We create our first scroll trigger targeting the About section. As you scroll from top to bottom, we use scrub = 1, effectively linking the animation progress to the scroll bar. In the onUpdate callback, we calculate a new width for the .hero image, shrinking it from its initial width down to a target width like 300 pixels to create that dynamic shrinking effect as you scroll down. Character movement and rotation. Our second scroll trigger also watches the About section. It moves the Lottie container upward using Y-Lottie offset so it feels like it's exiting the scene. It also checks our scroll direction variable. If we're scrolling up, we rotate the character 180 degrees so it faces the direction of travel. Frame by frame scrub. Finally, we have the main Lottie scrub. Inside Lottie animation.addEventListener DOM-deloaded, we create a scroll trigger for the .hero section. We calculate the scroll distance and divide it by a pixels per frame factor. I used 3 to determine which frame to show. We use Lottie animation.goTo and stop frame true to render that specific frame. This effectively makes the scroll bar a playback scrubber for the video. And that's it. We've combined sticky CSS positioning, GSAP scroll triggers, and Lottie frame control to create a highly interactive storytelling experience. If you found this helpful, drop a like and subscribe for more creative coding tutorials. See you in the next one.